You've been through hell, endured the gaslighting, the manipulation, the relentless demands of someone who only cared about themselves. But guess what? You made it. You survived. And now the world is about to witness something extraordinary. Watch what God is about to do in your life. Surviving a narcissist isn't just a victory. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you reclaim your peace, purpose, and power. The battle may have been fierce, but it's time to realize that the storm you endured wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. Now, let's dive into the profound truth that will transform your journey from survival to thriving. Your survival is not just a mere coincidence. It is a clear reflection of God's unwavering faithfulness in your life. There's a reason you're still standing today despite the relentless attacks, the gaslighting, the manipulation, and the emotional trauma inflicted by the narcissist. It wasn't by your own strength, willpower, or resilience that you made it through. God's grace carried you. Every time the narcissist tried to break you, to wear you down, to rob you of your peace and your dignity, God's hand was on you. He shielded you when you couldn't shield yourself. He lifted you when you felt like you couldn't take another step. The truth is, God allowed the storm to pass over you, and He made sure that it didn't destroy you, but refined you. It's easy to look back and wonder how you managed to endure such emotional warfare. How did you survive the verbal attacks, the false accusations, and the cold, calculated cruelty that seemed endless? It wasn't by accident. It wasn't just about your ability to endure. It was about God's purpose for your life. God knew exactly what you needed to become in this season, and He used the narcissist's attempts to break you as part of His divine strategy. While they tried to tear you down, God was building you up. Every moment you felt like giving up, He was strengthening your resolve. Every lie they told you, He was revealing the truth of who you really are. This is not just a story of personal endurance. It's a testimony of God's supernatural ability to preserve and protect His children. Every attack, every attempt to diminish your worth, every painful situation you went through was not wasted. God was using each one to teach you something about His power, about your identity in Him, and about your unshakable purpose. You see, the narcissist's goal was to make you feel small, insignificant, and powerless, but God had a different plan. His plan was to use that very pain to elevate you, to refine you, and to make you a living example of His faithfulness and His power to deliver. When you look back, you might see scars, you might see wounds that still ache from the trauma. But don't forget, those scars are evidence of the battle you've won, of the strength you've gained, and of the God who brought you through. The narcissist thought they could destroy you, and they may have thought that their actions would leave you permanently broken. But look at you now. Still standing, still breathing, still thriving. Your survival isn't just a victory over them, it's a victory over everything that tried to break you. And more importantly, it's a testimony of God's unshakable presence in your life. Your story is now a beacon of hope to others who feel trapped in toxic situations. It's a reminder to them that no matter how overwhelming the attack may seem, no matter how relentless the enemy may be, there is a God who sees, who knows, and who will not let you fall. You are a living testimony that no weapon formed against you will prosper. The narcissist tried to take everything from you, but God is restoring what was stolen and multiplying it from your end. Your story is restoring what was stolen and multiplying it. Your survival is proof that God is still on the throne, and He will always bring you through the fire without allowing you to be consumed by it. For so long, you may have allowed the narcissist to hold the illusionary power over your life, thinking they were the one who controlled your worth, your future, and your happiness. You put your faith in their empty words, looking for validation in their approval, love, and promises that were often broken or manipulated for their gain. But the truth is, the narcissist was never your source. They may have played a role in your life, but they were not the foundation of your strength, joy, or success. They were merely a tool in the hands of God to shape you, mold you, and position you for the greatness He always had in mind for you. When you look back, you can see it now. Every manipulation, every attempt to control, every word meant to diminish your value, it all was part of the process that forced you to turn inward, to look deeper, and to seek the true source of your power. God was always your source, even when you were blinded by the chaos of the narcissist's influence. His love never wavered, His provision was always present, and His purpose never left you, no matter how much the narcissist tried to distort your reality. The narcissist was never your savior, never the one who would fulfill your deepest needs. That role belongs to God and God alone. As you now begin to walk away from the toxic hold they had on you, you'll start to see something beautiful unfolding before your eyes. God's provisions, His promises, and His purpose all coming to fruition in your life. You've been through the fire, and now it's time for you to emerge as pure gold, more refined, stronger, and wiser than ever before. The narcissist's attempts to break you, to make you feel insignificant, only positioned you for the next chapter of your life, one where you can finally realize that everything you need, God has already provided. You might not have realized it in the moment, but through every trial, every heartbreak, every loss, God was quietly working in the background, preparing you for the blessings that were never dependent on the narcissist's approval or validation. His plans for you were always greater than the narcissist's schemes. And now that you've broken free, now that you've found the strength to step out of their shadow, you'll witness the unfolding of the divine promises that have always been waiting for you. You will find that your worth is not tied to what they did or didn't do for you. Your worth is found in the unshakable truth that you are a child of the Most High God, and His love for you is unconditional and immeasurable. Your success is not determined by their approval or lack of it. Success is found in walking out the purpose God has laid out for you, stepping boldly into the destiny that has been prepared for you from the foundation of the world. As you break free from the toxic grip of the narcissist, God is about to open doors that no man can shut, elevate you to places of influence and favor that you never thought possible, and surround you with people who see you for who you truly are, not as a tool to be used for their gain. The narcissist was never your source. God was always your source. And now, as you walk away from their influence, you'll see that His provisions and blessings were waiting for you all along. All you had to do was let go and trust Him. When you hold on to bitterness, resentment, or anger, you're carrying the weight of someone else's dysfunction, someone else's sin. The narcissist may have hurt you, manipulated you, and twisted the truth to make you feel less than. But the moment you decide to release them, you choose to stop allowing them to have power over your emotions, your peace, and your life. That choice to release them isn't just for their benefit, it's for yours. It's an act of surrender, an act of trusting God to heal what has been broken. You may not even realize how deeply the narcissist's actions have affected you. The emotional scars can run deep, and you can feel trapped in the cycle of pain they caused. You may carry with you feelings of unworthiness, guilt, or confusion, wondering how you allowed yourself to be subjected to such manipulation. But let me tell you, those emotions do not define you. You are not the sum of the narcissist's actions, and you are not a victim of their abuse. You are a child of God, and in His hands, your healing begins the moment you choose to release them. Releasing them means letting go of the anger that has held you captive. It means forgiving not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. It means giving up the right to hold on to the hurt and giving it to God, trusting that He can and will heal you. It's not a sign of weakness or acceptance of the abuse. It's a declaration of your strength in God and your willingness to let go of the chains that have bound you. It's in your release that you reclaim your power. God is the ultimate healer, and his power is greater than any wound the narcissist inflicted. His healing isn't just about mending your heart, it's about restoring your spirit, mind, and emotions to the fullness of peace he designed you for. When you release them, you make room for God to step in and heal not just the surface wounds, but the deeper places where the narcissist's manipulation tried to take root. God's healing balm will soothe the scars of past trauma, and over time you will experience a peace that surpasses understanding, a peace that will guard your heart and mind against any future attacks from the enemy. Healing doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't mean you won't face challenges or triggers along the way, but it does mean that every time you choose to forgive, every time you choose to release them, you open yourself more fully to the transformative power of God's love. He will restore what the enemy tried to steal, the peace, the joy, the sense of self-worth, and he will replace it with something far greater. You will become whole again, not because of anything the narcissist did or didn't do, but because of everything God is doing in your life. As you walk in this freedom, remember that your healing is an ongoing process. It's a journey, and it may take time, but with each step you move closer to the person God has always intended for you to be, whole, healed, and filled with his love. And as you release them, you will discover that the person who is truly free, the person who is truly healed, is not the one who still clings to their abuser, but the one who chooses to let go and trust in God's plan for their life. What the narcissists never understood, what they failed to grasp in their twisted pursuit of power, is that you are not defined by their manipulations, their deceptions, or their attempts to diminish your worth. You are not a pawn in their game, not a mere object to be used and discarded. You are a child of the Most High God, and he has placed a divine calling on your life that no one, not even a narcissist, can steal away from you. This purpose was written for you before the foundations of the earth were laid, and it cannot be corrupted by the destructive forces of any human being, no matter how influential or powerful they may appear. In the chaos of your relationship with the narcissist, you may have questioned your worth, your direction, your very purpose. They told you who you should be, what you should think, and how you should act, molding your identity to fit their narrow, self-serving narrative. They wanted you to believe that your value came from their approval, their validation, their ability to control and manipulate. But what they couldn't see, what they refused to recognize, is that you are destined for greatness that goes far beyond anything they could offer or even comprehend. God's purpose for your life is vast and unshakable. It is rooted in his love and his plan for your eternal significance. Your calling isn't determined by what others see in you or what they try to impose upon you. It's defined by the Creator who knows you better than anyone else ever could. You were born to do more than survive. You were born to thrive. Your purpose is greater than escaping the narcissist's grip. It's about stepping into a life that brings glory to God and healing to others who are trapped in the same cycles you once were. As you begin to move forward, as you step away from the darkness of the narcissist world, you will begin to see the light of your divine purpose unfold before you. It won't be easy at first, and there will be moments when you question whether you're on the right path, but as you lean into God's guidance, he will begin to reveal your true calling in ways that will fill you with peace, confidence, and joy. You will discover strengths within you that you never knew existed, talents that were dormant, and a passion for helping others that was always there, waiting to emerge. You may not have realized it in the depths of your pain, but the very struggles you face have been preparing you for this moment. The trials, the heartache, the battles, all of it was a part of God's refining process. He was shaping you into the person you need to be in order to fulfill your divine purpose. The healing you're experiencing isn't just for you, it's so that you can help others find the same freedom, the same restoration, and the same power that you found in God. Your divine purpose will bring healing to others who are still trapped in the lies of narcissism. It will shine light into the darkness, offering hope and restoration to those who feel hopeless. Your journey will become a beacon for others, showing them that no matter how deep the pain, how intense the struggle, God is greater. You will be a living testimony that there is life beyond the narcissist's grip, a life that is full of purpose, joy, and divine fulfillment. As you move forward, know that you are not walking alone. God is with you, guiding you every step of the way. And as you step into your purpose, you will see doors open that you never thought possible. The narcissist may have tried to hold you back, but in the hands of God, your destiny is unstoppable. The world is waiting to see what you will do. Step boldly into your divine calling, for it is your time to shine. When you've been entangled in a narcissistic relationship, it often feels as though everything you once cherished has been stripped away. The narcissist doesn't give, they only take. They take your peace, your confidence, your sense of self-worth, and sometimes even your hope. They manipulate situations to keep you off balance, making it difficult to understand what is real and what is just a tactic to maintain control. And as you look back, you might wonder if the things you lost, your trust, your relationships, your opportunities, will ever be restored. You may even question if God can truly bring back what you've lost. But let me assure you of this powerful truth. God's restoration is far greater than anything you could ever lose. The narcissist may have robbed you of many things, but what they took can never compare to what God is about to bring into your life. Restoration isn't just about getting back what you had before. It's about stepping into something new, something better, something beyond your wildest imagination. God's restoration is a supernatural act that doesn't just heal wounds, it transforms lives. Think about the story of Job. Job lost everything, his wealth, his health, and even his family. He was left with nothing but pain, despair, and the mocking voices of those who thought they knew what was best for him. But God had a plan for Job's restoration that was beyond anything Job could have imagined. Not only did God restore everything Job had lost, but he gave him even more. His blessings multiplied in such a way that he became even more prosperous and fulfilled than he had been before. God took Job's suffering and turned it into a testimony of divine restoration and abundance. Your situation may not look the same, but the principle is the same. When you walk away from a narcissist and surrender everything to God, He will begin a process of restoration in your life. This restoration might not come in the form you expect. It may not be immediate, and it may not look exactly like what you had before, but it will be more than enough. God's blessings aren't just about material things. They encompass peace, joy, love, and a sense of purpose that cannot be stolen by anyone or anything. God doesn't just replace what's lost, He enhances it. The love that was once distorted and manipulated by the narcissist will be replaced by a deeper, more authentic love rooted in His presence. The peace that the narcissist tried to take will return with a divine security that no person or circumstance can shake. The relationships that were fractured by lies and control will be restored with genuine, unconditional connections that honor God's truth. The opportunities you thought you had missed out on will come back to you, but this time they will be aligned with your true purpose, with a clarity and focus that will propel you forward. Remember, God's plans are always bigger than our own. What you thought you had lost in the narcissist's grip, God will redeem, magnify, and multiply in ways that you couldn't have imagined. His restoration goes beyond what you can see, touching every area of your life, from your heart to your mind, your relationships, and your future. The path ahead may seem uncertain, but know that God has already prepared it. And as you continue to trust Him, He will lead you to a place where His restoration overflows in abundance. So stand firm in the faith that God will not only restore what was taken, but He will give you more than you ever lost. Your loss was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one where God's restoration and favor will carry you to heights you never thought possible. Hold on to that promise and watch as God does what only He can do, turning your pain into purpose and your losses into a testimony of His faithfulness and provision. The narcissist thought they could break you, diminish your spirit, and rob you of your joy, but God had a different plan. Your survival is the proof of His power, and now it's time for you to rise into everything He has for you. The world is about to see what God does when you surrender your pain, your past, and your purpose into His hands. You've survived now. Watch what God will do next.